3 more cases of coronavirus were detected in Iran today, bringing the total number of cases to 5, including 2 dead who died yesterday. This leaves Iranian officials scrambling to close down buildings and schools in fear of possibly infecting more people. Because Iran is not bordering any other countries known to have coronavirus, and it's such a far away from China, Korea, Singapore, Hong Kong, it's very unusual, and this leads me to believe that there's probably a medium to large scale outbreak in the country, including that 2 out of the 5 infected have died. Everybody knows that this is a slightly mild disease, so that death rate is extremely high. There's probably dozens to hundreds of people in Iran now that have this, and I've been looking at how this probably could have gotten the country. There's really no Japanese in Iran, there's very few Koreans, and there's about 100 Chinese students and maybe 2,000 Chinese traders. The likely way that this was brought into Iran was probably Japanese businessmen or maybe Iranian businessmen who had traveled to Japan and back. It's also a possibility that Chinese students or Chinese traders had brought it in recently. But due to the fact that these cases are all over Iran and not just centered in one city, definitely leads me to believe that there's an outbreak. These cases have no connection to each other, and that's very worrying. They can't find patient 0 in Iran, then whoever initially brought this in means they've probably spread it to several other people. There's very likely to be several undetected cases in Iran by now. There's 4 cases in the holy city of Qom, and then there was 1 more case in the city of Iraq, nearly 70 miles southwest of there. And there's no explanation about how it would have went from Qom to Iraq. It's very troubling. The 2 Iranians that had died in the holy city of Qom had not reported traveling abroad, so it's a huge mystery how they got it and how it got in the country. But I think everybody reading these stories is jumping to the conclusion that there is an outbreak in Iran, because it doesn't make sense that there'd be 2 people dead and 3 infected, and they all have no connection to each other. The healthcare system in Iran is actually surprisingly good. It compares to many Western countries. In the heavily populated cities, they have westernized hospitals that are more than equipped to deal with this. In the countryside, most people go to clinics. So as long as this outbreak doesn't get out of control in Iran, they should be able to deal with it. But if they can't find patient 0 and the people that are spreading this to everyone, then it could be a catastrophe, especially in the rural areas. If you guys would hit that like button and subscribe, it would really help out. Also, I just recently made a Patreon, but of course, that's not necessary if you don't want to donate. If you do, that would be excellent. Thank you for watching.